I'm sorry if you were expecting me to come out in this video as a furry, but I'm not. Sorry for the clickbait. I have to bring in views somehow. More realistically, am an undercover furry, and it's nothing like being a secret spy. I just wanted to tell my experiences with furries and to spread some light onto the subject, because there really isn't that much that shows what actually goes on within a flock of furries, a herd, a furcon. I know that Anthony Padilla did a video on them, but I actually really hate that video despite loving his others because of how unrealistically it shows furries, even though there are furries in the video. And I'm by no means defending furries. Instead, I think Strange Aeons does it way more respectfully, but doesn't really inform the viewers. I'm going to give you a full, unadulterated furry experience. The reason I went undercover as a furry and basically infiltrated their servers is because furries pay a lot of money for commissions. I could draw a picture with my non-dominant hand and my eyes closed and still get up to $30 on it, and some will even offer higher pricing. The way I act around furries, or when I have my furry mask on, is basically personality-less. I'm basically myself, but I just agree to whatever the person I'm talking to is saying. They could say I murdered 15 people and collected their hair to make this fursuit, and I would be like, I love your ideas, I use a bunch of those emoticons. Even furries don't use as much as I do. I use at least one in every other sentence, if not every sentence. Maybe I'm pushing it too hard, but also it's become a little bit of a habit. The other day, I sent my friend one, and I was just like, I forgot to turn off my furry mode. These two things combined really draws the furries to me like a magnet. To add on to that, I would say it's my extremely cute persona. One word I would use to describe furries is clingy. If a furry messages you and you don't respond in 5 seconds, they will get angry. I stopped messaging a furry every day and they literally were heartbroken and turned an entire server against me. I think this is because they don't really have contact outside of their small circles. So when I show up and then show actual interest in their lives and hobbies, they are amazed. I've had many furries tell me that I was different and or special, and they couldn't really tell me why. Maybe I'm meant to be a furry. I don't think I'll take up on that offer anytime soon, however. The furry community is extremely welcoming, though, and even furries are like yikes to other furries. They even welcome non-furries into their servers if they just want to learn about furries or just be in the server to be friends with them. It's crazy to see furries just hang out with normal people, seeing as furries are kind of shunned from humanity. Most of the furries I met are completely normal, except for the dog part. A lot of people ask or make jokes whenever they hear I talk to furries frequently about their weird kinks or fetishes, and I've only met one furry who's into vor. There's obviously more, but I'd say it's about a 1 in 10 furry chance that you ever meet a furry into vor. Besides, furries did not invent vor. Mom, if you're watching, vor is basically eating another person whole and them surviving and just chilling in your stomach. Do not look it up. Other fetishes like feet or whatever are also rare to find, and if you do find a furry who has an inkling of a foot fetish, they're really respectful of what you're into. They won't cross any boundaries that you set. Another thing about furries is that they have zero tolerance for funny business. They will shut down anything that's not serious. I've seen people join and then get kicked out before even saying anything. Sometimes you could tell, like if a flock of people join all at once, but these furries can sniff it out from miles away. It's kind of sad how often they had to deal with trolls and stuff. Just dumb people who don't understand anything about them. The people I've met might be just a tiny bit odd, but they're real people with faces, and no, they don't act like dogs. As much as the stereotype is, it's just a persona. Like mine, the way I draw myself is nothing like how I look in real life, it's just what I'm more comfortable with. Maybe it's weird for them to be animals, but it's just self-expression, and it's different from other kin or animal kin. It sounds absurd to call it self-expression, but what else would you call it? Being a furry. Okay. Finally, the creepy asterisks. I wanted to bring this up because I think it's hilarious, and I think this part is actually kind of realistic. There are furries that roleplay constantly, and one time a furry messaged me doing it, and I was just like, no. I felt kind of bad, but they got so mad and blocked me after blowing up. It's nothing like touches your butt and kisses your cheek as I walk up behind you, a naked husky. It's more like pats you on the head, hello, which may be a little weird, but it's definitely not terrible. I personally don't like to do it, but if it makes you especially uncomfortable, I have a lot of non-furry friends who do the exact same thing, and then they make fun of me for being in furry servers. It's like, yo, what? Bro, you're basically a furry at that point. Everyone had that phase with the cat ears and the puppers and the catos. Some of y'all are still in that. Furries really aren't different from us. It's literally just a hobby, and it pays well. Do you ever wonder if dogs could speak and draw and type, that they would have human personas? Skin sonas, maybe? I don't know, maybe. It was just a random thought I had while writing the script. I have met some great people and some super weird people. But isn't that every fandom on the internet? I feel like it's important to stop cringe culture, because I'm 1000% sure you enjoy something that people make fun of all the time, like anime, you weeb. Cringe culture just stops people from enjoying what they like and can make them afraid to. It's not 2017. Leafy doesn't own YouTube. I think we don't need to use the word cringy as much anymore. I hope you enjoyed hearing me talk about my furry lifestyle, except it's not a lifestyle and I'm not a furry. My friends have been making fun of me recently, but I'm the one with $100 in my PayPal. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and look out for other videos not related to furries.